everyone. I'm back after a little break. Today, it's Beowulf. Also, we're gonna trim this guy and the one he originally came from because they're a little overgrown, and we're gonna actually put them in pots and see how many we'll be ready to take to the farmer's market next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, 21st. You can buy one. So Piqua, Ohio Farmers Market. Anyway, and today is Beowulf, a really good story. It's actually one of the oldest stories, one of the oldest stories in the world, based on the Norse sagas. And I meant to reread it before today, but I forgot. So it's going to be a memory because it's been a while. Oh, I hope I have enough soil. Anyway, so Beowulf is this like really cool warrior dude. Who he hears about this king. Great. He hears about this king who whose hall, like the Great Hall. If you ever see Lord of the Rings, it's like Rohan, basically, is how it's set up. And so there's this long hall in the middle of his little place. And that's the Great Hall. And like every night for several months, when the king and his people, they like celebrate, getting this kingdom and stuff, and it's all fun and good until, Grendel, this like, he's kind of a monster. His mom is super weird. She's kind of a monster too, but Grendel has incredible strength, and he gets mad with all the noise. Obviously, he doesn't like his neighbors, but he goes a little too far, and he goes in and kills all of them except the king, because he's always sitting on his throne, and Grendel is respectful of that and doesn't attack the king. So the king has to sit and watch as all of his warriors and the women of the kingdom, a lot of them, they all get killed by Grendel because Grendel's not happy. And Beowulf hears about this and he's like, dude, I got you. So Beowulf goes and he joins them as they're doing this celebration thing. It's like just, an end of the day party, sorry. Just like, yay, we got through the day. We're all alive. And then Grendel comes on cue. And this time, Beowulf is there, and he stops Grendel from killing the people, and he gets in this huge fight with Grendel. And he actually kills Grendel. Well, you don't know. Well, Grendel doesn't die yet. First, Beowulf actually... I don't know what that'll do. He rips off Grendel's arm, like barehanded. Rips off his arm. Kind of rude, but it was the Viking Danes, those kind of people. They kind of do what they want. So he rips off Grendel's arm, and Grendel is like bleeding profusely from the stump. And Grendel runs away, like anyone would. And then, I didn't bring enough pots. Grendel bleeds out and he dies. And everyone's like cheering. They're like, "Yay! Beowulf saves the day. He's the hero." Blah blah blah. And I think it's the same. It should be the same. Yeah, it covers all of it. Grendel's mom. Her name escapes me, but she's sort of a monster too. She kind of lives. There's like a lake. And I think you have to like dive in to get to the cave that Grendel and his mom lived in. But she is obviously very angry because this dude just kind of ripped off her son's arm and now her son is dead and she's not happy. So like any good mother, she vows revenge against Beowulf. And they end up fighting. I don't remember if Grendel's mom actually starts causing problems so that Beowulf would go after her so that she could fight him. That's probably what happened. And then Beowulf, ends up going into her house, hovel, cave. And they fight, and obviously Beowulf is gonna win, and he does because he's bigger than her. Obviously, she's kind of small, comparatively speaking, and he kills her, and boom, that's another one. So he's like monster killer, kind of very, very well-known guy. And after that king is dead, and much later. Beowulf is getting old, so, and there's a dragon at some point, and so Beowulf and his servant, I think, kind of like a Merlin thing, but, the servant is literally just a servant, they all go to fight this dragon, Beowulf and a couple other guys, that was causing problems, because that's what monsters do. And Beowulf actually gets like either bit or like struck in the neck with a claw or something, and he's starting to bleed out and die. And he tells, I don't remember what he tells the guy, because it's been a long time since I've read Beowulf, like a really long time. Like I was probably elementary school, because my dad's weird and he made us if we didn't have school, like a snow day or something, or during the summer, he made us read all these classics, and then we had to write a report, and this was one of them. But, so Beowulf ends up dying at the hands of the dragon. I'm pretty sure the dragon dies as well, but I don't remember. Yeah, so it's just the story, basically, of this, I got more. Beowulf, the warrior who was like super mean to monsters. Although the monsters could have handled it better. They could have just said, "Hey, can you turn the noise down?" But I don't know about the dragon. I don't think the dragon cared to do that. These are a happy bean plant, by the way. So look at this happy bean. It doesn't really like to stand up straight. It kind of wobbles and it's falling over, so that's why it's being repotted. Well, being pruned. And yeah, it's great. Yeah, I like Beowulf. I like the story. Not necessarily him, because the situation could have been handled better. But that's not why we read stories, because if we read stories that were handled correctly, they would be really short. So, props to them for not doing the right thing. Do the right thing. Oh, stop. See, look at this. He goes like, he's all wonky. Should I put him in like this? And the little leaves fall off so easily. This is a succulent, by the way. Isn't that cool? Dope little succulent. Ooh, he was actually part of one of those little collection pots with like multiple succulents that I bought. He's the only survivor. Some of them ended up getting root rot, but others did not. I didn't make a whole lot of sense because it was shallow pot, and they were all in it. Needs more soil. Always use cactus soil with succulents and cactuses. Otherwise, it holds too much water and then they get root rot. And shout out to Caesar for letting me use his pea pad, his clean pea pad, as a base for this. So I don't get the carpet too dirty. I did get it dirty, but... oh well. Oh dang it. I cut off... no. Okay, well... broke that one. Wonder what would happen if I just cut this whole thing. What do you think? I'm gonna put that in there. I'm actually gonna put a couple of these in some, because these are not like the most, some of them I did not choose very well. Okay, anyway, that's Beowulf. Sorry I've missed the last several weeks. I switched day jobs and I was not allowed to buy soil until I got a new one and got my first paycheck. So that's why it's been a while, because I wasn't allowed to buy soil, and that's so rude. I want to cut that. We're going to start him from scratch. Do you see that? Cut him down. He'll actually come back pretty well. It's a sturdy little plant. I'm going to need more soil soon. Again. That's all for me. What do we got coming up? Just the farmer's market next week, September 21st, Piqua, Main Street, across from the library. And that, I believe, is it. If you'd like to come see us, it's 3 to 6. We will only have starter plants because they're very picky about what you can have as like to sell. So we can't bring any books because we didn't make the books. Like, make them. But we grew the starter plants, so we can do that. And that's fine. I like plants. It's all about me. But so we'll see you there, and see you next week.